Okay, so this is my daily bias for Wednesday or Friday. What the fuck? So, anyways, fucking let's go to the daily. I think doing the top down would be obviously smart. So PA obviously on the daily has been pretty crazy, but the draw on liquidity is pretty clear and obvious for what price is doing. So like this week, it's the only thing I don't like is this week is a delayed profile where we open lower at first, then we had higher credit S&P with this high, which is not the best S&P because we have these feather swings here, but price does displace away from it, so we clearly respected it. So the framework would be order pairing ranges, and that ideally you target current week low because of the delayed profile. We know that it's, you know, this week is going to have a hard time expanding down this low, especially since it's Friday. We don't really have, when we create a delayed profile, that's kind of like a disrespect towards the time filter of the weekly candle itself, because we want price to open higher at first, spend less time in the protraction phase of the weekly candle and more time in the expansion phase. But when we spend this much time, literally 3 to 4 days within the protraction, and then like 1 day pretty much, or 2 days, whatever, within the expansion is pretty shit. But we are close to this low, so we could still possibly reach it. The only thing that's kind of shitty though is that this week or this day has already expanded lower like crazy, which does eliminate the possibility for a bullish expansion day. Although we could expand like that. We know that today's gonna have a hard time expanding beyond the opening price. So possibly either I see continuation to break this S&T, or I frame a reversal away from this S&T, or maybe we don't reach it and we just reverse away from it here, and I target something internal. Which at that point I probably won't trade the reversal. Maybe I'll wait for async. Maybe wait for leading asset to trade something up here, and I trade a lagging asset in continuation to catch up, right? But remember, his order per ranges, manipulation ranges. The profile would be Thursday high of the week rate C2, Friday C3 continuation. So the displacement away from this dude confirms that this is the high of the week. That we're clearly reaching for this low bit. And so Friday's going to continue. I should respect EQ, pretty range, right, et cetera, et cetera. And then the S&T would be with this. There's actually string switch second stage S&T here today, and then we displace away. So the fact that all assets reverse lower, reshape lower away from this S&T means that typically they should all reach the same target level, especially if we have string switch at the reversal. And then we're putting the S&T on the lagging assets in OTE, right? So this S&T is lower probability bullish S&T. It's likely going to fail catch up. So yeah, so let's drop down to the for. So yeah, printed that string switch second S&T. You displace away universal sequence continuation. We actually created a gap for our refined key level right here. And when we look within pretty range within that C2, do we have that V shape? Yeah, we do, obviously. We have that string switch V shape away. Right, clearly. And this was current low. We did have S&P with that like a long time ago, like right here or some shit. Yeah, those are here. So if we look on NQ, this low here was taken. Wait. Serious. This low was taken right here, and we had a gap as a refined key level that was created at 1400. So 1400's high is the gap low on YM. And look how close YM opened up to that gap versus, ES. So we already know that S&P fill could have formed. This would have been strange between VS and B fill. we didn't form it, but we nevertheless displaced lower and broke that SMT. That could have been a clean Asian trade. I'm not gonna lie, I seen that. I knew that it was possibly clean, but then I started seeing Asia expand lower, and I was like, "Fuck that! I'm just gonna go do like dishes or just do something else, bro." I honestly really feel like showing up to the charts at Asia because I didn't even like backtest yesterday. I mean, I did, I tapered for like 6 hours, and then I backtested for like maybe an hour when I did my end of day recap. Um, which is not enough, honestly, but whatever. Um, I just felt so drained. I think it's because we're so late in the week. I've been going hard, even though I know I haven't really been going that hard compared to other people. But I have been going. For me, I've been going pretty hard. With the charts, with tape reading, back testing, and all that since Monday, obviously. You know, so I just feel drained in a way. I haven't really taken any breaks. I haven't tried playing games. I haven't really been meditating. I haven't really been going for walks. I've just been fucking laser like focused, honestly, which is bad. But yeah. So see, we did that, and then NQ took this low, created SMT with it here at 2200. You know, that's likely for SMT because what it all has to do with the reversal, they've reshaped lower, which typically means that they should all reach the same target level, especially since we have strength switching at the initial reversal. And then this SMT has been predicted with the OTE, but also another good thing to see is that the lead Nessa has a reason to continue beyond that SMP low. So in reality, we don't need to see strength switching on the lagging assets to catch up, but we make everything much more high probability if we do, which we do have it, which is great. This is clean, honestly. Clean that strength switch via SMT fill. And on the flare. So the framework would be like internal to external, right? From this to the reason for a gap with an intraday continuation. Um, Ideally, it's this gap, not this gap. We want to see shallow retracements, mainly because we want that small wick, right? And then the SM, yeah, and then the profile would be Asia Highway Day, 6 a.m. GXT line sequence. We can trade 6 a.m. because it supports that bearish expansion. And then the SMT would be the transcript for SMT fill break this SMT. So we have everything. We just got to align the 1 hour 30 minute with the daily farm. And we created that string switch here. And the reversal is just ass, right? So we have to really demand, like on the hourly, we have this SMT. But we failed to create any SMT like this here. And then that could have been a clean reversal. No, every asset just created failure swings, and NQ failed to create a prominent C3 closure. So that kind of supports the notion that this candle should ideally resweep this high, then go lower. If we don't resweep, then we can't trade the initial reversal. We got to demand displacement away and trade continuation from gaps, which 90 is creating a really gap, which is kind of bad. But the 30-minute has created a gap. 90 might create a gap as well here. So what I'm thinking is this displacement away confirms the higher of the 6 and 4 candle. But we've expanded pretty much. You can see we're putting the reversal part of the driver. I would say we have an established high day put in part of the driver. We have a clear draw on liquidity put in part of the driver. It's not really established high day, but it's we're super far from it. We have a clear draw, and it should hold until we reach this low, right, or some shit. But we don't have a new swing point. We're not opening up within a swing point part of the driver, so the driver should ideally manipulate away from the key level, this gap or this gap, and then reverse price. And realistically, I don't need to see strength switching within these gaps. Ideally, I have SMT to confirm them, obviously. We'll probably see one of the assets like YM. YM's already below slow down. YM is showing ultra strength switch. It's literally just about to reach this low here. You can already see that strength switch because we're below this low. Look at that displacement. All right. But larger gap. I don't know. Anyways, so I'm expecting one of the assets maybe. It doesn't really matter if they do or not, but either we'll create SMT fill it doesn't really matter if it's this asset that creates it. I already have the strength which would be S&P falling for, and then the displacement away, which confirms that. So I'm just looking for continuation away from these gaps, right? I'm just relining. I'm just waiting for a 1 hour 3 minutes, 1 point to form away from these gaps. And then yeah, everything will be aligned at that point. But that's so. But maybe one of the assets might take this high out. We'll just get like that double sweep. I don't know. We'll see. I think that another clean thing though would be to fade this daily candle. Like I said, because the day opens lower, so we can definitely fade it. Reverse frame reverse away from this, or trade continuation away. It really depends on if the driver provides a clean entry. If the driver reaches this low prior to 10 a.m., because if he doesn't, then maybe I'll trade 10 a.m. continuation. But if the driver does reach this prior to 10 a.m., I'm definitely probably going to firm reversal away from this to fade the daily candle. It's Friday too. I mean, delayed profile on the weekly. We can definitely get a nice reaction away from this. There's this S&P break. It's a key level. We can get into phase of price. But if you also think about TGIF, I mean, from the high of the week down to the low, right? $20 to 30%. So I mean, yeah, I would say easily, obviously, reverse away from this, and then we target these highs. Something internal to the daily range, which is around. That would be great. I don't ever use TGIF, but I've seen it repeat over and over again, so it's pretty powerful. But oh my god, I'm so tired. So I feel so fucking lazy. But what did I write down up here? They'd already expanded like crazy, so taking continuation of the reversal away from the strength rate. Yes, if he goes out, so the price. Yeah. So also another unclean thing that we're doing is that we're opening up the driver near the low day, the current low day. So it's kind of risky to see continuation, especially after a large expansion like this. But we're super close to the draw liquidity, so it's valid, I would say. At least that's what GXT said. At one point, so. Alright, so yeah. Bias to bearish. We're in continuation. Trade the lag and SN continuation. So, I mean, we'll see what we do. I mean, going into the driver. Gold, metals doesn't look bad. Same thing, really, honestly. We're in continuation, but it's just really shitty PA. Right, the strength switch second T displacement away on Monday. Ideally, Tuesday continued from that. And maybe we reversed away from this to go higher, but now we decide to do that, which we know is likely retracement, so we should cap that off. I'm pretty sure that we did this, but silver did expand and create a nice C3 closure, so I mean, forget about that, I guess. And then we create a C4, and now we're creating C5 continuation. C4 pretty much reached this key level, which we know is likely for us to do because what it also do the reverse of the V-shaped lower in a way. It's pretty high res, but it's still pretty much in. So all assets should reach the same target level. Doesn't need to be put within OT, etc., etc. Phase of price as well. We're clearly not reversing away from it, but we're creating C5, so seeking continuation lower is honestly ass. But either I see continuation lower or a firm reversal away from this. But firm reversal away from it isn't really clean because either we see continuation lower towards the velocity lows or we firm reversal away from the S&P break. The DD might not support the bull expansion when we do take this, although now looking at it, it's not going to be too large of a wick, but the daily profile does not support fading the daily candle bullshit. So if we have that large wick, Right, I think that that wick wouldn't be too large. I think it could still reverse it into expansion. It's really not that crazy. So it can be fine, but at least on gold. Maybe we just take this out and we barely run below it to go here. But yeah, so struggling that far. So today is going to continue lower. Should respect EQ pretty range, right? Should find that kilo. See, today did open higher at first, and if we measure pretty range from the high to the low, we have this gap kind of opening up in the consolidation from this high to this low. And so this gap is the range high of the consolidation. So ideally one of the assets trade into it, which we almost do. Some assets. Yeah, we almost do. Here, but no assets trade into it, which is really shitty. We just left that open, which is I guess a good continuation signature bearishly, but because it's a breakaway gap, showing nice bearish expansion signatures, right? But yeah, so yeah, this is the daily open. We open higher at first, great to see, right? The daily profile supports that bearish framework, but it's like if we drop it in the 1 hour, we're just leaving the fillers from like we open up in this consolidation. And we're just leaving fillers into the highest. So it's like even if we form strings towards second stage MT here, I really don't care for it. Nevertheless, the reversal away from this second stage MT is ass. So we have to wait for displacement away, and this displacement away from it confirms the SMT. But we hit range low consolidation, so this is more of like the universal sequence. But it's also AMD breakout, right? We're assuming prices are gonna hit range low. Right, well, there's no way we can anticipate this expansion because we didn't manipulate prior to expanding. We just expanded. So we can't anticipate that expansion. Fucking hell, I can't speak. So we have to wait for price to fall to mid-late range low if we're going to continue through it. Obviously, we should continue through it, but we're going to continue via universal sequence, right? SMT gap. We have a reason to continue. So either I frame continuation from this gap, or I wait for a price source away from the low to target, like these highs here. And it's going to be these highs no matter what, because of the daily profile. It's delayed, open high, low high. So yeah, I mean, there's a possibility on both markets, right? Indices, gold. Oil looks bullish. It's great. Supports the bearish notion for indices and metals, which is another good thing to see that they're both bearish. Anyways, that's my advice. The 20-minute fucking, that's crazy. 20 minutes. Let me just explain my advice. So yeah, I mean, today it's clean. It's pretty obvious for what price should reach for, but it's also lower probability. It's not the cleanest day, but there could still be a possible trade opportunity. I'm just not really trusting it right now, so I'm not really feeling it, but we'll see. We already see the ST or the strength switch forming on the silver, really that strong ass displacement lower, already below this low NQ, which is the leading asset bearishly, the one that's more in discount, right? This asset's catching up to NQ. Still above this low. And I kind of like how the driver is opening up closer to this gap high than ES is. So ideally, trading that on NQ and create some feel like that. That'd be great. And then we have that clean V shape, valid entry off of it here off the CST. I might take that. I might even take metals as well. Fucking. We already had technically the strength switch up here. Ideally, we have strength switch again within the gap, but in reality, we just gotta see confirmation to the universal sequence, which is going to be a second stage PSP S&P fill, most likely. So it could be valid. I take that as well, but so the driver's about to open up though, so I'll keep the video recording. Fuck, I gotta get it fresh. I gotta get fresh air. I gotta go outside. Oh my god. I feel so sick. Hopefully the driver doesn't just fucking immediately shoot lower. Hopefully we go higher at first. But once we reach this low, we're going to be creating SMT and Q with this low here. So at that point, if the driver doesn't provide a entry to capitalize on this move lower, then the only thing I can do obviously is to front reverse away from this low and fade the daily candle. The driver is opened. We are opening higher at first. Looks like we might do it. I mean, ideally we target this gap, but this is technically a gap on ES. So I think right now we have 4 minutes to be full. But yeah, ideally we target that gap. What I'm gonna be doing. Okay, just took this low. Just a new break, but that really matters. It's really gonna fall shy of that. It would be so much cleaner if we take those eyes out. Okay, looks like we're probably not going to. Honestly, NQ might be cleaner to take. CSD might be actually valid. Yeah. Even though that looks so shit. I mean, we totally do have this to be full. The yes right here. Look at that. Oh, I mean, obviously, I'm gonna probably take that shot. if I were to take this, it would have to be off the CSC. Stop like there. Yeah, R is ass. Honestly, it might just be better to wait for the driver. Wait for 10 a.m. Let the driver do its job of reaching this low. And then we can frame reverse away from this. Yeah, you wouldn't want to see this on metals. But we are technically, I guess, forming strength switching. This is just really fucking weird though. We're doing this. We're printing that strength switch and then we're just releasing away from it. Strength switch itself, but we do confirm that as well. Also, strength switch 650. I mean, I guess this is technically the lead now, so because of yeah, where we're at, we're closer to the drone liquidity, but because of the higher temperature here, strong size for the day. So we could target this. Day does still support that bullish expansion with its delayed profile. So the main draw liquidity is going to be currently high, or the feather swings leading to the relevant swing. It's pretty sure that we are fading this though. But I mean, you kind of have to respect it when we displace away from the string switch. But I would not view the string switch as being prominent until we do displace away. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Which is interesting because now metals is turning bullish, and the indices honestly should be reversing higher soon. I really need to see this though. It reaches low. So I just got randomly signed out of my TraderBay account. I guess they're having technical issues right now with the et cetera, whatever. So that's great. Hopefully, my setup doesn't form before it gets fixed. All right, so ES failed to break the S&Ps at the lows here. We just held it. There's no strength towards second stage S&P as well. Yeah, maybe on the floor there is. Okay, there is. There's a second stage PSP. So we just held that shit. No strength switch, so can't trust it. Can't trust the reversal. Away from it. But price is displaced in a way, and obviously NQ's the weakest asset. Y, US is the middle asset, and YM is the strongest asset. YM just broke this S&P, and then V should go higher during the driver from the low day. So ideally, what we do is YM takes current day high out and creates S&T with current day high, which would be failure S&P. So let me see. And then I trade ES as the middle asset in continuation, pretty much. And then same thing with metals, honestly. Fucking we faded these lows on gold, creating that strength switch second stage S&T like this. It's placed away. Obviously, gold is the strongest asset, so I don't trust this reversal even when we displace higher like this. So what I'm going to wait for is S-Sync again. Wait for gold to trade into this high, create S&P with silver, and then I'll trade silver as a lagging asset to catch up and break that S&P. So, but yeah, I don't really trust. Although the displacement higher here, right, creating the universal sequence, I guess it confirms the low day, confirms reversal, confirms that we're probably not going to reach for this low. Clean failure swings above price, so clearly that's probably what we're reaching for. But And the daily supports, 4-hour supports during 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is great that we're fine killable. 30-minute gap. I guess I'll risk creating a gap as well, but yeah. So essentially, we're just waiting for the 1 hour 30 minute to align. So I mean, either I do trade this lean asset and more so towards the draw liquidity, or I'll wait for the lean asset to trade it into the draw liquidity and trade the lagging asset to break that SMT. I don't know if I fuck with the. I don't know if I fuck with this one. Kind of like indices more because of the daily profile. It was actually a strength switch here. Strength switch PSP. While we were stronger. Now we're weaker, but it's like, dude, you can't really anticipate that. You have, it's kind of a weird V shape. It's a leaf for this one. Yeah, it's not really V shape, it's pretty shit. But it's good to know that we do have actually some form of strength switching at the reversal. It's pretty fun. YM still hasn't taken out current day high, so I'm waiting for that. Alright, YM has just taken out current day high. That SMT is kind of spaced out, I'm not gonna lie. But what I want to see YM do is fail to manipulate going into 10:30, 12. Probably going to create an hourly gap right at 11 a.m. So I might be forced to wait till 12. We might create SMT filler. Why am I trading to this gap here? Create SMT at 10:30. So we're opening up super far away from that on ES while we're pretty close to it on one. So I mean that could be the strength switch to head higher. I'm not a fan of. We've already reversed and kind of expanded in a way, creating SMT with the key level. So I mean, I think that's a little. I mean, it could work, but I don't know if I would count that as prominent or enough for me to fade this hourly gap. Yeah, this is gonna be kind of confusing. I'm not gonna lie. So that's the hard part. Like, do you trust that or do you wait? Because like, what if I trust that? I take it, I get stopped out, then I wait for the hourly gap, and then it works. Or I don't want to risk full RR on that. I don't know. All right, so either I trade 10:30 or I trade 12, right? 10:30 is new 90 minute candle open. We got C2, 10:30, C3. Probably going to create SMD fill here. So am I going to trade 10:30 away from the SMD fill? Or am I going to wait for the hourly gap to form at 11 and then trade 12 continuation? And like I said, I don't know if I can really trust the SMD fill because of the new. Because when we create this hourly gap at 11, swing low, like the swing low or the swing point that's creating the SMD fill isn't going to be a protected swing because the low of that candle is the high of the hourly gap. So the CSC that forms away from the SMD fill isn't going to be a protected swing because there's going to be a reason to return back below it. So when I deal road, I wait, I just be patient. Or I risk less. I risk like 150, just half RR. See what happens. Because I mean, if I take this, I'm guessing my entry is going to be around here probably. Stop at that low or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. Fuck, bro. I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how we V-shape away from it. I really don't want to wait for 12 though, honestly. so I have some FOMO. Because even at like 10:30 or at 11, damn, my head's killing me. 10 a.m. trading a gap on the hourly on my holy shit, my head's killing me like crazy. So we're probably going to create some fill here, I would say, as well. Which maybe that's what I should wait for. Wait for this hourly gap to form. Because once we create this hourly gap, and then create S&P fill with it at 11 a.m. Yeah, 11 a.m. is going to be creating a gap on ES. But technically, we trade into the gap. Or we have the S&P fill. It would be more high probability, I would say. I think it would be more high probability. So I'm going to wait for 11 and see if we create this S&P fill in the hourly. And the metals, yeah, they still haven't done shit. We just opened up at 10:30. Create a PSP. We did not. I got an hourly gap as well on gold, on metals. Oh my fucking head, dude! Are you kidding me? Yeah. So, ideally we wait for this hourly gap because I wanted to confirm the universal sequence with a second stage PSP has to be full. If I'm going to trade the leading asset in continuation or in reversal, I mean, towards draw liquidity, then I have to confirm the universal sequence with a second stage PSP has to be full. So this had been a PSP, and then we create the S&P fill like that or some shit. But since we're not going to form that, I got to wait for that hourly gap. And if we don't form it on the hourly, then I got to wait for gold, the lean asset to trade into their own liquidity, create S&P with it. Then I trade the lagging assets in continuation away from like S&P fill. So that's what I have to demand on metals. That's what I got to demand on indices. So we technically have strength switching with YM right now. Like you could say this S&P here is pretty spaced out. It could hold in this technically strength switching via swing high S&P on ES to break the S&Ps at the lows here. It could work. We technically have strength switching like that. So it could work. But what I really got to see is YM clearly not reverse. I don't want to see that V shape away. So we just gotta like, once we pretty much aren't, like we created that a long time ago, I think 15 minutes ago. And we're clearly not doing shit. So, check. Created at 10:40, okay, pretty 10 minutes into this candle, 10:30 candle. So, it's 10:30 a.m. candle. So, yeah, I mean, we've been delivering for. So we did that at 10:40, right? Wait, have we only been doing it for? No, it hasn't been long, I guess, but we did the really see displacement lower. If I'm gonna trust that, like I would have to see like actual true displacement lower, like that deep retracement to this range, no respect towards the CSD gap, whatever. But like right now, yeah, we are creating S&P full on the 30-minute. But like I said, this low, even if we reshape away and create the CSD, the low is an hourly gap high. So even if we do V-shape away, look, we're gonna close in 13 minutes as well. So even if we do V-shape away from that, like we're creating a new gap here as well. But even if we do V-shape away, let's say, and create that CC on the 5-3-minute, fuck no, the fuck. This is still not a protected swing because there's a reason to return back below it. So although it could work, it's just lower probability. So it's ideal that I wait for that hourly gap, and then 11 a.m. trades into it, creates that S&P fill. And even though ES is probably going to be creating a new future gap going into 11 a.m., then once 11 a.m. closes, we're going to create that gap, and then 12 can trade into it. We can probably fade that hourly gap. It's a lot more higher probability. So, yeah, I mean, you can already tell we're not really V-shaped and lower away from that string switch, which is great to see. So yeah, that's what I want to see. And same with gold as well. Although we are creating S&P fill right here to confirm the universal sequence. Like I said, I don't want to trade that because I got to see string switch, or not string switch, but it's just second stage PSP S&P fill from universal sequence if I'm going to trade the lead NASA in reversal. But the hourly is creating a gap at 10 a.m. So you might as well wait for that to form. Silver trades into it, creates a second stage PSP S&P fill on the hourly like that. That'll be V-shape away from it. You can trade that. That would be pretty clean. So yeah. My cat's sleeping on my hand where my mouse is, so this is gonna be impossible. So right now I'm not really a fan of what ES is doing here because of the hourly closure. That's pretty shitty, I'm not gonna lie. But we're still not really displacing away from that string switch. So it's more like just consolidation, failure to manipulate on the leading asset, which is also a confirmation that we're probably not going to respect that string switch. The lagging assets are going to catch up, but okay. Yeah, hopefully we close a PSP here. It might be cleaner to trade gold, honestly, bro. Might be cleaner. It just seems higher probability because of these sequence. That's 6 PSP has to be full. Clean roll liquidity. But I mean, if we do form that S&P full magically, I don't know how NQ's closing. Yeah, no. So I mean, if we somehow, I don't know. I don't think we're gonna do it. I don't think we're gonna do this. Like, I don't think we're gonna trade lower into this gap and create that S&P fill with ES because of we're pretty much opening up. And like, you know, at the same level, I get fucking bro. I literally don't know. I hate English so much. I fucking hate speaking. But like, they're opening up pretty much as like the same, pretty much as close as the to the hourly gap. Or the fuck, I don't even know. Anyways, so yeah, they're probably both gonna trade into that gap. Okay, we're definitely gonna create a PSP. Gold. Yeah, okay. I think gold is cleaner. Just the RR might not be too clean. I mean, realistically, I could trade this asset too if I wanted to, because we do have the string switch at the reversal. I think the RR might be better, the entry might be cleaner, but I know that gold is stronger though, so. Yeah, so when 11 a.m. opens, we're probably going to probably the S&P fill here, and I think we're definitely going to trade into that hourly gap. Unless magically YM has a lower, this doesn't, it goes higher. Highly unlikely, let's say. Okay, so all right, so yeah, we're gonna get that second stage of PSP S&P fill most likely. Now it's up to me. Do I want to trade this? Depends on the V-shape of where. It is my model. Everything's aligned. The daily's aligned. We had that smaller early opening, but it's the daily profile rate open low high delayed. So we know that the main draw liquidity is currently high, which is fairly similar to this high. So this is the overall draw liquidity. and the 4 hours long titanium has that small wick. And the 1 hour thread will be aligned if we create this S&P fill and then V-shape away and create that nice V-shape. That'll protect the low of this candle. Everything will be aligned at that point. We will have the confirmation to trade the leading asset in reversal away from the universal sequence with second stage PSP S&P fill, which is what I demand. With a clear and obvious reason to continue. Clear draw and liquidity, super clean, and it's valid. So I might do that. Yeah, so we traded into it. So I mean, maybe we do respect that S&P and use that as strength switching to break this S&P down. Not really a fan of that. Then it doesn't support the bearish expansion anyway, so I can't trade it. So that's invalidation if we kind of an invalidation bearishly and bullishly because I wanted to see that S&P fill. No, we're not going to form it unless we create a new range like that and then create it here. So yeah, going into like 12 maybe, I don't know, but or we displace lower, create a gap, and then 12 continues from that to break this S&P. That could be the last scenario that I would actually trade in. I'm not sure if I want to because of I don't know. I might just want to trade on gold real quick. So if I trade gold, I'll just end the day off there. And I'll probably risk full amount, $300 because why not? Still gotta wait for silver to turn into this gap. Okay, I should go over this again. Is that for there something? I'm not even trading this gap here. Wait, actually, that is the high. Yeah. So the framework order pairing ranges, which is low to range high, and then possible gap. Or technically, it was just range high to low, range low to range high. Profile being 6 AM manipulation, C2. When we look within the C2, do we have that V shape? Clearly, yes, away from strong towards second D gap, universal sequence, right? So 6 AM manipulation, C2, 10 AM C3 continuation, 6 AM should confirm below day. 10 AM should continue, right? Should expand away from that. Credit swing away from kilo, should expand away. And the S&P would be that strong towards second S&P, which I guess you can say confirms the reversal, and we don't have to take this law, but again, it's not clean since we have close proximity lows like this. So you can't, I mean, you can't really anticipate this reversal. I feel like it's just kind of stupid to anticipate that. So you gotta like wait for displacement. That's what GXT does too. I remember him saying that. Like he won't trade the reversal away from these lows like that. He'll wait for displacement away and then trade the continuation. Simply because the displacement like confirms the reversal. Did we even create this before? We're just expanding. We didn't create it. That sucks. Okay, well. Looks like we might be trading silver as the lag in us up. Why it is my thing knocked out? Wait, that's right. Yeah, we're probably gonna trade silver. Honestly, it's really not likely though. At the same time, because I mean, like I said, the daily profile. This might be a skip day. The daily profile doesn't support or is seek and destroy kind of, and then we're reaching above current day high now. So although this is the high that we're going to be creating S&P with, it's kind of hard to trust. So we're to expand beyond current high to reach for that. It's lower probability for sure. Definitely can't blast on this unless we just magic come back. Crit this and fill. Going into 12 maybe. I don't know. So yeah, alright, well, I'll update this going into 12. Actually, well, technically we do have string switching with this gap. And Q didn't trade into it. So that is technically a form of string switching just on the actual lagging asset. The middle asset isn't switching strength, but technically we do have string switching them. I didn't realize that. Not sure. Wait, not really V-shape it away from it though. Created it. Is that the Titanium though? Could be valid. Could be valid. Not really worse away from it though. Really need to see price splits away from the 5 and 3 minute to show that it doesn't want to respect this strength switch here. That is very dangerous because that strength switch technically does confirm this SMT and this space SMT. And it's pretty prominent because it would be strength switching at that point for us to break this SMT. So I really need to see price respect that. I'm holding it. We're not really V-shaping. I don't want to. Maybe mine could have low here. We could have done SMT literally here. Hard as hell V-shape over. Let's reshape this low and then V-shape like that. I'm gonna wait for a gap though. Gap entry. I'm just making more. I just think it matters what I really do. Unless we like V-shape like insanely clean like where we V-shape, we take this low and then like within one candle we just create that CSD and close way above it. Maybe. I'll take it. But if this candle doesn't respect that, if we don't V-shape away, and we close below this gap, then we're probably going to respect this string switch here. Which maybe we create a 30-minute gap. Next candle expands, creates a gap. Respect it, go lower. Look at that V-shape though, away from that string switch. Look how choppy that shit looks. That looks so ass. Just great to see expansion both like retracement. Yeah, this shit is fucking not reversing away from the strength switch VSB phone. We created it here literally right away. And, you know, we should have just V-shaped away from it right away, honestly. But we decided to resweep. And this should have been the opportunity. We should have created this 60 here, or just fell into go higher. So yeah, this is really shitty. I'm not sure what we're waiting for. Kind of makes it seem like we're actually gonna hold this string switch at the reversal. Pretty shitty. What happened though? Really want to see displacement away from this. I don't want to just see price slowly creep higher and then close above this. I want to see price fucking close above and then I enter off like a gap or off the system. Okay, we're kind of V-shaped away. Still in the S&P full. So it could still be valid. Whatever, 30-minute 4-hour dailies aligned. Confirmation of the universal sequence. Do you guys think? Pretty much. I don't really fuck with that 3-minute though. I don't wait for that 5-minute. Yeah, I want to wait for this here. It just looks so weak, bro. So weak. But it's great that we're clearly fell into manipulate this high. Just instead of just retracement or consolidation. There's clearly no displacement lower. Something that's great to see. All assets are V-shaping. Yeah, man. I might take that. I think the thread is definitely valid. Problem is once we open up at here, I mean, fuck, bro. It's just so weak, bro. I'm not gonna lie. We have everything. Prices fell into expand away from the swing point, so it needs to resweep this high anyway, so I think it's valid. Really want to wait for the Swiss higher though. With all that sort of V-shaping. Yeah, that looks pretty good. 7. Should I wait for a gap? Should I wait for price during C3 to expand away? Create a gap and then enter out the gap before I should. This is like a really good entry though. Let's start V-shaping higher too. Just yeah, that's good. Clearly just working that string switch. Like this is good going, bro. Hopefully I get entry. 7. This is all I need. This one trade. Alright, I think that looks pretty weak, but I think we should be good. We held the strength switch. I'm not sure if we created a strength switch PSP. Probably not. But we held that strength switch. Card C2, so GXT reverse sequence now the 1 hour 30 minute. For the daily is aligned, we can fade the daily candle. We have confirmation to the universe or the universe sequence, but also async. This strength switch via SP fill. Yeah, we should just expand away from us. Hopefully we open lower and then guard. If I don't get a retest here immediately, I might just take it off the gap. Yes, man. I didn't really like that. I don't think that's clean. Did not like that. Unless I did like that right there, maybe. I shot for a 2R. Not really a fan of that. I'd much rather get this entry. It is 11:30 though, so the new 6-hour candle has slightly a large wick. It can be fine though. Well, I did not see that. Okay, hold on. Wait, the new 9 minute has that. The 9 minute has a large wick. I didn't realize that. That's actually bad. And the 6-hour is kind of a large wick. Fuck. I probably should wait to 12. Okay. As actually has. Fuck. I don't know if I like that. Fucking price giving my answer. I really don't fuck with that though. Because we don't know where this candle's gonna close. It can close, you know, I mean, we're anticipating it's gonna close a reverse candle, but like this PA looks like shit. I'm going. It can close like here, 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 it doesn't matter. So if we close on here, I mean, I don't know, it looks like shit. It's gonna have a hard time expanding beyond this opening price. So what's it called? I mean, reality. Stop his position within discount, but well, I fucking messed up. I didn't like that, and I didn't look though. Saw that shit, I was like, oh, that's bad. I just thought that was bad, which it is. But then again, then you think about my entry, and my entry is within discount, and my stop is at literally some discount. So we can assume this candle's gonna close as a reverse candle, and the opening price is pretty much the highest. Like it probably will expand beyond that, beyond this high, dude. I probably feel like. Yeah, I don't know. That's great. That was gonna be hard for me to re-enter. I might have fucked it up. Fuck it, whatever. It sucks. So it is valid to fade the 90-minute candle because where I entered and everything else is aligned, right? But I mean, if we're gonna go higher, it should be here, okay. You wouldn't want to see this kind of close like that. You would ideally want to see it expand. Same with the 90-minute. You would ideally want to see it close as like a C3 above these highs. I think I'm going to enter, okay. I'm not really a fan of this placement though. That deep ass retracement. That's why I'm doing. Oh, that's deep. It's deep. Oh, it really looks like shit, that CSD. I mean, reality, price is fun to respect that. But I think that we're just chopping because of the 90-minute work. Do I trust it? Do I trust it? Yeah, I kind of hard to trust this, bro. Not gonna lie. But that's all I need. So we'll see what happens. That's valid. We will see. Just me or not. It doesn't, whatever. I don't like that deep retracement, but hopefully we create this CISD and then I control my stop this low. We really need to see all the assets start going higher though. And once we create this CISD, I'm gonna try my stop this low. If we create it, hopefully we should come on, we gotta fucking start on here. And Q is. Oh yeah, this is taking great so far. Or if we create it here on the 5-minute, might get it first in the 5-minute. Yeah. I wouldn't want to see price come back down to here like that, so I'm gonna do that. So now I'm only in half risk, which was, what was it? It's like, what, 150 max? Looks good. I'm happy I entered. I mean, this is a very easy target too. Like, I mean, the 90-minute count could reach us before it closes. So it could be valid. Just pray we close with this 5 minutes. Yeah, CSD. Oh, we didn't create the 3 minutes. Okay, 5 minute. All right, we're gonna create the 5 minute. Oh yeah, this is fun. We should be good. I'm gonna go pee now. Be right back. So now, if the depending on how this closes, I need a better fucking respect this. Has to. Or something getting fucked. Right, my stop is still an OT, so it's still valid where it is. If I lose, I just lose. I'm only losing fucking half risk. It's fine. I'm okay with it. Just gotta trust. No risk, no story. Like right now, I think it might fucking go down. I think myself last night. It might, but it has it. It could still go higher. It's a possibility. That's all you gotta let price do is saying don't fucking touch the charts. But this was a valid draw. Happy I took that because if I didn't take this, I would be probably entering off the 5 minute. But I hate that we didn't create the 3 minute CSD, so I'd probably wait for that. Like that looks like pretty bulky CSD. I like that. Really can do that. Hopefully it displays start, bro. No, man. Just not respecting that 5 minute. Come on. Alright, I'll just give myself where it is. Should probably just not like the charts. Just send and forget, right? There's people that fucking risk hundreds of thousands of dollars or thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars per trade. Like this is literally fucking nothing. It's whatever, bro. I need to stop worrying about it. Everything's valid. It's not like I'm fucking pattern trading this. Makes sense, Gary. Although that 90-minute wick though, like I'm saying, like I said, like this music seminar has happened now. We have to create that prominent C3 closure. It is looking weak. I'm not gonna lie, it is looking weak. But you never know. It could just do that. Everything is still fine. Ooh, hopefully we create some do with this low. Fine. That's not good though. Do not like how one it looks. I guess the 5 is fine. Yeah, we should just come in. We should be good. I'm not gonna fuck this up with my emotions, bro. This is the trade, guys. This is the trade. The fucking trade for me to pass my platform. I just gotta be patient. And if I lose, bro, if I lose, I'm gonna stay in this. I would rather get stopped out than take off here and press reach my entry and then fucking guard. I'm okay with risking or losing half risk. Like it really doesn't matter. All right, we need a fucking guard now. These fillers. I don't like the 3 minute. I'm not gonna lie, but we are supporting off this 5 minute CST. So I just hope to be fucking just start going. Come on, just go hard. I really need to see this through 30 minute close with like a nice C3, like almost like NQ, like how that looks. If it doesn't close, if it closes like this, then yeah, it probably would be smart to take off. Because clearly we're not wanting to go there. And then the new 90 minute count, you know, once it opens, you could take with this low out. I mean, I mean, it's still fine, I guess, but dude, that's not good. What's it doing? Come on. I might retest the original CSD, but ideally we shouldn't take this low. Maybe we're going to be one. There we are. All right, so now we should just expand away from that. We're retesting the original CSD. Couldn't just be with this low. We should just go. If it doesn't go from this, then yeah, it's gonna take us up. We're not gonna respect the C2. Sadly. Which means we're not gonna create the S&P fill prop. Well, I mean, it's gonna be pretty wonky. Maybe NQ respects it still. I don't know, but um, yeah, I mean, it looks good so far. And then once we close above here, I might even try my stop to this low to break even because we shouldn't return back below that. That is the low that occurred the S&P. But then again, you gotta think about the new 90 minute candle once it opens up. Yeah, this wouldn't be like too deep in discount, so it's gonna be a little bit risky, but then again, would you really want to see this does expand higher? You create that 3 minute CICSD. Would you really want to see price come all the way back down to here? I mean, not. That'd be pretty shitty. Probably gonna reach a slow at that point. So that will be the CICSD on one, not 3 minute. Again, we're showing more strength switching too with one to catch up. It's great to see. Just gotta fucking see. Yeah, this is very choppy. I'm not really. Dude, if I can pass this before the weekend, oh, I'm so fucking happy. To be honest, if it does come back down, and if it doesn't respect this S&T, then I'm probably just gonna take off a break even because we have what 10 minutes left. I mean that would be pretty shitty. Like you want to see price expand from that like right now. Should just go hard. The fact that we're not is probably a good sign. Like we're probably not. It's pretty shitty. Thank you, dude. Q's still going higher. What is Wine doing? Come on, dude. Please. What are you doing? It's gotta go higher now. Nice closure. 5 minute, 3 minute C2. I really should respect that. It's just so fucking harassing. Price is still respecting that 5 minute CST as well. Now we got okay. Man, this could still work though. It's just this C3 candle is not expanding higher. We just gotta do it soon. Really showing some form of switching. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna higher. I really don't. I think I'm fuck on this one. Like I probably should just take off. It's just so I res. I just want this 3 minute closure. Then I can try my start of this direction block. Or this low. Like it shouldn't return back a little bit. But the fact that we're not doing that and it's already like, we have 80 minutes, bro, until the new 90-minute candle opens. Till 12. So like if we don't do that prior, like soon, then I'm probably just gonna try my stop to break even and hope for the best. This is, you can just tell it's super weak. We don't want to go here. We're pretty weak PA, not gonna lie. Maybe I'm just overthinking, I don't know. Maybe I should just set and forget and just leave my stop here and whatever happens, happens. Mine can do whatever it wants to do. Just keep my stop there, yeah. Dude, we're just not going higher. This is, you know how annoying this is? This is like torture. Come on, give me that CI60. Dude, just gotta fucking displace away from us. Like now. We really gotta start going higher. We clearly are now. Ideally, we close up here above this island. Oh, that's just expansion with consolidation, though, which is a continuation, sure. Great to see. Now we're just gonna suffer through 2 minutes of PA and hope that we close with the CICSD. Then I get to release up to this rejection block. And pretty much break even. Anything happens after that, yeah, I can care less. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Nice. So if we close up here like that, that'd be perfect. Stop is pretty protected too. I mean, ideally 12 just opens up and shoots higher. Trying to stop here. All right, now I'm break even, boys. You're Gucci. All right, so that was 11:30. C2, 12, C3, I think 12, C4. So yeah, of course, this happens to me. Of course, you know, I mean, valid trade, but of course, I don't know if it's because they're respecting like this string switch here. I'm not sure what this reaction was, honestly, but of course, price trips me in, literally edged my take profit by a fucking tick, which if it fucking reached that, I would have passed my profit from my eval, and then it comes back and takes me out at break even. So yeah, oh well, you know, that's just something you have to deal with when you're a trader. Oh well, it is. You know, just fuck the gun. It's just so fucking annoying. That is actually so fucking gay. But you know what? It was a lower probability day. I knew that it was, you know, it's all good. Something you can expect from a day like this. So I just really wanted to go into this weekend fucking happy like that. You know, happy that I fucking passed my eval. But you know, you got to go through these fucking tests. The universe, the trading gods, whatever, are testing you right now. So they're fucking testing me. Um, and yeah. So you know, it's only gonna make you a better trader. But yeah, I should have. That was a fucking win. Technically, it was a win. But sadly, ES was a little bit weaker than NQ, and we decided to react off that fucking SMT. So that is so gay. Honestly, I don't know. See, this PA, even everybody has been saying it too for the past couple of weeks, bro. This PA has been so fucking just annoying as shit. So annoying. Like, it doesn't even matter. There's even more opportunities. Fucking back to back. I've been, yeah, it's just. You wait fucking. Like, nobody understands how annoying that shit is. You know, I've fucking been tape reading since 5 a.m., 5:30. It's now 9 a.m. So it's been about 4 hours. And you wait all that time to to find an actual trade that's valid. You take it, and the price edged my take profit. Literally, it should have fucking reached my take profit. Watch it go back up. Watch it. I guarantee you it fucking will. It looks like it probably will. And it edged my take profit, which that take profit was literally the last trade that I needed before I passed my eval. Like literally the last trade. And of course, it does this. That is fucking soul crushing. That is so annoying. Um, yeah, no. Anyways, I know it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. That's just shit you have to deal with, I guess. I'm so tired of it. It's gonna go higher. That's great. Of course it does that and then goes higher. I mean, it doesn't matter. I didn't lose anything. That's all that matters. But it's just, I don't know. Today was a lower, just a little bit lower probability. The PA was just pretty choppy at the same time, so it's whatever. That's anticipatable. It's just like, why is it gonna do all that and then come back and then probably go higher again? Like that's just fucking. That's some gay ass faggot ass shit. I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, the markets are gay. It's facts. So I'm gonna go fucking work out and yeah, goddamn, burn off this fucking. I need to get this shit out of my system. I'm very fucking angry right now. That is so annoying. Whatever, ship yeah, it's all good. It's gonna be cleaner opportunities. It was fun. It was fun to be in it. I'm happy I took it. It was a valid trade to take anyway, so you know, fade in the 90-minute kennel. Entry off the 5-minute CST here. Price held that S&P full. Go to that 5-minute CST and kind of this is the CST because it's cleaner. Entry is in discount. My stop's in discount. Valid fade the 90-minute kennel. I mean, you know, we did exactly what I thought we were going to do. We probably could expand back to the opening price and possibly reach the higher. But of course, prices was going to reach just the high of the 90-minute candle. And then just slightly above the opening price and then just fucking do that. Going into 12. Yeah, oh my god, dude. Should not return back below that low. I swear to God. I swear to God if it goes higher again. Yeah, whatever, dude. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, that's my trading day.